The pencil tool is a really great tool for doing things like writing in automation. So I'm going to show a quick example of this. With the freehand, I'm going to go to my track view selector and take it to volume. And I'm really quickly just going to draw in a fade. This is a volume fade in for my snare drum. Great, but what if I want it to be a little bit more straight and accurate? That's when the line tool really comes in and starts to add up some special accuracy. What we're going to do is we're going to select that pencil tool. All I really have to do is draw from point A to point B inside of that automation, and we're golden. Let's take a listen again. Great. Now what if I want to have a bit more fun with the automation series? I'm going to switch to triangle, and triangle, square, it's basically triangle, square, and random are going to all work in the same manner, except they're going to have different patterns applied. So let's take a look. I'm going to switch to the automation pan left, and I'm going to click and drag across the screen and then drag down. So what this is going to do is it's going to zigzag my panning for my left side. It's a stereo track, and I'm also going to do the same thing for the right. And let's take a listen. So the only thing that unfortunately stinks about the way that I did that doesn't actually work exactly the best, is that in that panning element, the right side needs to go right at the same time as the left side also goes right. So real quickly, I see that I missed that. What I'm going to do is I'm going to cut the automation and flip it here and try it again. Now we see it, we can hear it floating back and forth. And the same thing exists for the square as well as the randomized. It's the same exact set of things. Although you might ask, well, when do we really need to use this square kind of style? Let's go down the way a little bit to the chorus. Instead of using panning, we're going to switch to muting. And that is when this really starts to work pretty well. And actually, if we wanted to take our grid, and it works great on the grid, I'm going to take my grid to 8th note and span this across. Watch what you see here. Every 8th note will now be up and down. So let's check it out. It's going to open and close. Now, if we wanted to do that more mildly, then instead of using the mute function, we could actually take that to the volume, do the same thing, but instead, we're actually going to be bringing it down some, not by much. So you're going to see this up and down instead of it being full off. And that's how we get some of those stutter effects that you hear oftentimes in music.